The newest film from master filmmaker Christopher Nolan follows a secret agent tasked with preventing World War III by manipulating the progression of time. Don't forget to give this video a like, channel a subscription, and hit the bell to get all notifications for reviews about new movie releases. If this movie doesn't get you in the mood to go back to theaters, I don't know what will. I had the privilege of traveling out of state with my buddies to see Tenet in IMAX. Dealing with the alternating forward and backward motion of people, objects, and time, Tenet is not a film you want to forget your thinking cap for when you go to watch it. Like with much of Christopher Nolan's previous filmography, there are a lot of heady concepts thrown at you for this original and intelligent story. I suggest peeing before the movie starts, because this is a movie you have to pay very close attention to in order to understand. And even then, you still might not get everything in the first viewing. Luckily, I understood enough when I went to go see it to get what was going on. For the most part. Despite the amount of brain power I had to use to decipher this movie, I loved every second of trying to break down the complexity. Starring John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki, and Kenneth Branagh, their performances are all stellar. While Washington plays a likable and witty hero as a nameless protagonist, Branagh is a clear standout as the film's villain, in the form of Andrei Sator, a Russian arms dealer who discovers how to communicate with the future. His portrayal of, as well as the characterization for Sator, is menacing and always fascinating to watch. Just when I thought I'd seen enough of the stereotypical scary Russian, British superstar Kenneth Branagh proves me wrong. The rest of the film's character development is a bit of a mixed bag. Outside of certain nuances with all the main characters except for Andrei Sator, there aren't many personality traits to each of them. What does work really well for the film's characterization is not just the roles each character plays in the story, but also the relationships that flourish between each other. All of their conclusions end up being very satisfying. By and large, the execution for this film is impeccable and always feels nothing short of groundbreaking. Right at the beginning, the film wastes no time in cranking the crazy up to a 10, until the next visceral peak outdoes the one that came before. From the story's unraveling, to the sweeping cinematography, spectacular action set pieces, and seamless editing, this is a near-perfect blend of brain and brawn. Nolan brings his A-game in using every technical tool he can to immerse you in the world of the film. There are particular sequences and imagery I know I'm not going to forget for a very long time. The only point of complaint in this department has to come from the sound mixing. There are many times throughout the film where the other parts of the sound design muddle the dialogue. When you have a film where you have to pay very close attention to the dialogue in order to understand its high-functioning plotline, this can prove to be problematic. But as I stated before, I was able to understand enough to have a general idea of what was going on. Given Nolan's prestige as an auteur, this is obviously done intentionally to create some kind of effect. My theory, whether it be right or wrong, is that the dialogue is cloudy in certain scenes in order to fully transport you to the chaotic places where you might not be able to hear everyone around you so clearly. Again, just a theory. On the upside, the pulsating sound effects did not fail at raising the thrill level through the roof. Same with Ludwig Göransson's outstanding musical score. When I found out frequent Nolan collaborator Hans Zimmer wasn't returning to score this film, I was worried that the music wouldn't have the same emotional impact for this Nolan film, and boy was I wrong. I should have known that the composer for Black Panther would not disappoint. Every scene where the music swells, you feel your blood pressure doing the same. Much more of a feast for the head than the heart, Tenet is an epic, inventive, and mind-bending spectacle that represents a welcome return to the movie theaters during a time when it's hard for theaters to succeed. This is well worth the multiple delays and hour-and-a-half long drive. I can't wait to watch this a second time to understand even more about this cinematic jigsaw. What did you think of Tenet? If you got something to say, let me see it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get all notifications. Check out what me and my buddy Jordan thought of The New Mutants, and keep your eyes peeled for my review of Charlie Kaufman's new Netflix film, I'm Thinking of Ending Things.